Okay, so here we have an extremely old Lego motor. This one, I think they started making it in 1968, something like that, but I got hold of it in the early 70s when I was about 4 or 5 years old, and it ran a train around some bright blue coloured track. I'll attach the one of the train wheels and you can have a look at that. So here's one of the train wheels. Let's turn that on. And off it goes, and back again. And you can see that these train wheels are very firmly attached on. And they've got a kind of metal shaft there, completely unlike Lego Technic. So you've got one axle there, and you've got another axle there, and it runs through the whole way. No diff or anything like that. In the middle there, though, you have a very rudimentary Lego Technic shaft, which was originally for the white pieces. They had a kind of white axles, but the black Lego Technics ones work just as well. You shove that in there, which you can see is a different position to where the train wheels would go. Let's give that a go, and it works. So we can start to do things with that. So here's the thing with the lid taken off. There's two kind of screw holes there. It's a very chunky system with a bunch of gears inside it. The motor just clips out completely, and I found that as mine had been sitting on a shelf for 35 years, it had knocked itself out of position a bit. There's a little notch just there which lines up with that little notch there. Free it up and off you go. Now the next problem you're going to have is that in these older ones you have got 2-prong connectors for the 4.5 volt system, but the most popular type of 4.5 volt connector has 3 prongs. You can see it's got that little plastic nodule in the middle. So what I did was I just took a craft knife to what was a little nodule there, and I cut the little thing out. Okay, so let's try and get this in the light a bit. You can see that, hopefully, if I can get the light on it just right, you can see that the receptors for the lugs at the bottom there are slightly misshapen where the axle runs all the way through. This means that you can't actually put lugs through the centre too just there. You have to use stuff that's offset. You can't use a 4x2 brick over there. So my solution is to put a rack either side. Okay then. Right then, let's give this little chap a go. And as you can see, it runs perfectly well. You'll notice that it cuts out every now and again, as it did just then. You can see that, if we have a look here, to be honest with you, these connectors aren't really designed for the 1960s 4.5 volt system. They are a bit loose, and I don't think there's a hell of a lot you can do with it. A bit of blue tack maybe, something like that, but you don't have to worry about it really. And here's the thing in action. Off it goes, and back it goes. So there you have it, a 1960s Lego 4.5 volt motor restored to vaguely working condition.